Okay, so here's the Quattro for sale. I've done a lot of work on this, and now it has to go because I've got another car and I'm leaving, so I can't keep hold of it any longer. So let's go through what we've done on it. Have a look at the bodywork first. As you can see, it's nice and shiny, but there are imperfections when you look closely. Particularly the front bumper I had to locate and repair and spray myself, and it's kind of gone a little bit glazy. I'm not sure if that will polish out or not. It might. Anyway, it doesn't look too bad. It's the right colour. It's just had an MOT on it, so it's got a full year's MOT. It did fail on one of the bushes this side, which I can show you in more detail. But that's all done. I've checked the camber, adjusted the camber and the wheel alignment, toe in. That's all done. It's all in good order now. It's a 2002 Quattro 225 Bam. It's mostly original. I have changed the air filter, but I do have the original as well. And it's got a catch can instead of the PCR system, so that's an upgrade. Remotes work. This window doesn't drop a little, but the other side does that when you open the door, but the driver's side doesn't. It's got the light blue interior. There's a little tear there, but it's not too bad. It's a little bit stained on the back seat. New car mats. It does have the pixelation on the computer there. The gauges work. The fuel gauge does needs recalibrating. It's off. It does run out around the halfway mark. That doesn't shut properly, but it does open. It's got the original radio in it. It's got warm buttons. I do have a replacement aftermarket Bluetooth radio that can go with it. Just needs fitting. Locking wheel nut. All the buttons work. All the controls work. All the buttons work. It's got the visor up there. Hidden visor. The headlining's pretty good. It's got the 6-speed gearbox. Let's have a look outside. So we have the aftermarket carbon dynamic airbox and the catch can. It's quite easy just to unscrew it and empty it. You don't have to do it that often. You can get quite a few thousand miles in before you have to empty it. I've done quite a lot of work on the engine. My other videos show what I've done on it. I can give a link for that. Basically we've done we've had all the front end off. A new air conditioning radiator fitted, checked all the fans working, it's had a new thermostat, timing belt, Camcover gasket, cam tensioner gasket as well, inlet gasket, PCR elbow fitted, and the catch can system. New dipstick tube, the sump's been off, the pickup pipe has been cleaned out, and that's as good as new, and new sealant and put back up. So the engine's running well. Turbo is good, the engine is good, gearbox is good, the transmissions are good. I never did get around to changing the Haldex oil in the filter, but it performs good. Suspension work, it's done quite a lot on the suspension. It's had new mounts both sides, just the original ones. It's had new ball joint and both new wishbone bushes at the back. They're fitted. It's got new rear shock absorbers, and I've kind of cleaned up all the brakes and discs, and all the suspension has been kind of coated with a wax and de-rusted and put into good condition so that will last a while. Same with the back, it's got new shock absorbers, and there was one little crack there. It's not, doesn't let water in. And the only other bad bit on the bodywork is a little dent on this rear wheel arch there, a little dent there. So that needs a little bit of work. The headlights have been cleaned out. It's the Xenon lights with the ballast, and then it's got LED side lights, fog lights, spotlights work, fog lights, and the dip beams LED as well, or the main beams. Same with the back, there's a couple of LEDs on the back as well. So fully serviced. It's got a new auxiliary belt on it as well. It's got a one-way valve, brake servo as part of the upgrade. Yeah. Start it up. So the engine light's staying on at the moment because of the PCR valve delete, and if you disconnect the battery it goes off for a few miles, but then it will pop back on again. And then when you put the diagnosis tool on it, it shows the O2 sensor, the first one, which it isn't because I have swapped it over with another one. So I think that's more to do with the PCR delete. It's a nice looking car though, it's the S-Line body trim. overhauled the wheels as well. Tyres are good. It's got the standard exhaust on it. It's in good order though. I've been using the E5 in it, super unleaded. Replaced the struts, gas struts. It's got the spare space saver tyre and jack. It's all pumped up, ready to go. It's a nice colour combination, Moro Blue and the light grey interior. It's got this parcel shelf on it. The lights work in. So full year's MOT on it. All the work, servicing has been done, except for the Haldex oil. And you could just jump in it and drive it, well, for a whole year really, until next MOT. And you shouldn't encounter any problems. Nice looking car. I did enjoy my year's ownership, but now it's time for it to go.